The National Weather Service is calling it a storm system of epic and historic proportions. Tornadoes, high winds, and flooding are impacting states from Texas to Indiana to Michigan, and warn that there's lots more rain and possible tornadoes ahead. We're not done yet.
This is a strong tornado with a horizontal vortex. This thing is at least an EF3. This is not weak. Oh, God.
All right, that violent storm system wreaking havoc across America's heartland. The flurry of twisters prompting some of the rarest and most extreme weather alerts, and millions of Americans remain under severe weather warning.
Other major news this Thursday night. Authorities are warning of potential tornadoes again tonight. Dangerous storms moving in across multiple states. There have been at least 30 tornadoes already. At least 6 people are dead. This EF3 with 150-mile-an-hour winds near Lake City, Arkansas. Families sheltering underground.
Robert, what are you seeing there? That footage was straight out of a disaster movie.
Yeah, it didn't seem real, right? And watching it just on the edge of your seat, unfortunately.
From Tennessee to Arkansas, Mother Nature is in full force, bringing tornadoes and a massive storm system that extends from Texas to Michigan. A tornado in Lake City destroyed homes, cars, and trees, injuring more than a dozen people Wednesday.
I'm not afraid of storms, but it was a little bit scary.
1097 in the area.
In Selmer, Tennessee, dozens of funnel clouds left behind a trail of destruction in many neighborhoods. And in Nashville, heavy rainfall has caused significant flooding and several road closures.
This water's rushing so fast, it'll sweep you off your feet.
In Owasso, Oklahoma, cleanup is underway after a tornado ripped through the city, leaving widespread damage.
Tonight, families in fear, bracing for powerful storms amid a devastating and deadly tornado outbreak. More than 30 tornadoes reported in the last 24 hours.
All I see is a piece of plywood.
East of Memphis, lightning flashing as first responders search for survivors after an EF3 tornado with 160-mile-an-hour winds slammed Selmer, Tennessee. And northwest of Memphis in Lake City, Arkansas, a tornado emergency declared for this EF3 monster.
Please, God, keep it going right.
You can hear Britton Tyner praying as that massive tornado poured down on his family, taking shelter underground.
Relentless rain pushing rivers to the brink. Millions from Arkansas to Ohio on high alert for potentially record-breaking floods. Heavy downpours already flooding neighborhoods. Parts of Nashville underwater. In Hopkinsville, Kentucky, rising waters reaching dangerous new levels. Our Shaq Brewster is there.
Residents here tell me they've never seen anything like this before. The river overtaking what's normally a park, flooding some of those cars and rushing into businesses. The building manager telling me the water inside is still rising.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it'll be the same, like I said, all this at minimum is happening all down here right now.
And tragedy in the storm zone.
I think the railing on the bridge is gone now.
Yeah.
Can't see it at all.
In Missouri, a bridge by the high school in West Plains feared destroyed by the flooding.
I don't know if the bridge is still there or not. There were people on either side just not able to go anywhere, so they had to turn around and go back. It was just chaos.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol capturing this video. A car dealership left submerged by the deluge. The city urging residents to stay indoors as swiftwater rescue teams from nearby towns deploy to West Plains ready to assist. In Jackson, streets left impassable, sunken under feet of water. In Springfield, floodwater cascading down this hillside, gushing into the streets. Across Tennessee, the cleanup from a massive EF3 tornado underway in Selmer. Homes ripped apart, the scope of the damage seen from above.
And look, we are still not out of the woods just yet. More than 7 million people from Louisiana up to Tennessee under the threat for severe weather. And when it comes to this dangerous flash flooding, Kentucky's governor warning that this could linger and could cause some trouble for days, Gio.
And we hear that heavy rain behind you, Morgan. Thank you so much. And as you just said, the severe weather threat is not over. The same areas hit hard with flooding. We'll see more rain. And Samara is tracking all of that. Good morning, Samara.
Good morning. That's right. Today we're reaching new heights when it comes to this flooding. Another peak day. Take a look at the radar. So this is the rain falling in real time. And it has been falling for days. Little Rock, Memphis, Louisville, Cincinnati gearing up for another round of heavy rain moving through. Van Buren, Missouri, you're under a particularly dangerous situation. It's there where we have an even heightened event of flooding taking place.
Carport's over there.
Where's the boat?
Boat trailer's over here.
And you don't know where the boat is?
I don't know where the boat's at.
Wow.
Luckily, instead of riding out the storm, Edson, his wife, and 3 kids drove to a shelter. The tornado that hit them was just one of 33 reported that tore through the South and Midwest last night.
The size, that's the biggest one I've ever seen in my life. Even chasing or anything, that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Edson knew his property took a direct hit after seeing this video on social media.
I just see my house blowing up.
You see it?
Yeah, you can see the transformers going off, and what looks like either my carport or my truck is going across the sky.
When you saw it, did you know?
Yeah.
You knew that was yours? Yeah. Edson lost most of his material things, but not everything. The family plans to make new memories and keep their plans to go on a Make-A-Wish trip later this month to Disney World for his daughter who has cystic fibrosis.
They asked last night, it's like, well, you know, the house is gone, what about the trip? It's like, the trip's still on, you know, we're going to do that. We're going to be able to go.
You're not going to let anything get in the way?
Nope.
A preliminary report from the National Weather Service says this was an EF3 tornado, peak wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. More tornadoes and flooding are possible tonight.
Ginger is in the threat zone in Memphis, Tennessee, tracking this once-in-a-generation extreme weather event. And Ginger, we could see an exceedingly rare double whammy for certain areas, tornadoes and extreme flooding.
That's exactly right, Robin. So here we are in Memphis, Tennessee. We're in a level 5 out of 5, high risk. You don't see these issued but about 1% of the time. It makes it 3 times more likely that we will see a violent tornado today. That's the type of event we're talking about, and that's just the first part before the flooding. So let's talk about the line of storms. It blew through Oklahoma City just a little bit ago here. You see video of the lightning flashing. They had golf ball size hail. Then up in Kansas, at least 2 reported tornadoes. That video from Salina, and they can see the winds kind of blowing. Along that line, they've had 80-mile-per-hour winds. We've got tornado watches in place from Missouri down through the Ozarks and northwestern
A brutal storm system sweeping through the South and Midwest overnight, spawning tornadoes in at least 4 states. This Missouri woman was lucky to have a concrete storm shelter. She hid there when she got the warning. When she came out, the garage she had been standing in was all but gone.
The door is right there, so that's the piece that hit that door. So I'm very thankful I went in there.
The damage could be seen across multiple states, flipping vehicles, tearing down tree limbs, power poles, and rooftops. There were reports of golf ball-sized hail in some areas, and the National Weather Service says the threat is not over, warning of a, quote, multi-day catastrophic and potentially historic heavy rainfall event. Meteorologists say the storm system is so dangerous because it's not moving, tracking over the same areas repeatedly and dumping a massive amount of rain in the process.